Hey, I am sitting in my office and I'm breaking down a deal for a client, and I thought this was the perfect opportunity to share. I get so many questions about how to get started investing, how do you evaluate properties, how do you know if it's the right investment, and I felt like this was the perfect property to break down for you guys for a few reasons, but the top one is that this is such an atypical deal for me. My typical price point is above $1 million. And this property is one I took on for a current client that we've done other deals for, but the purchase price is so low and so affordable for so many people. The barrier to entry for this investment, it just, this is the one. All right, so check it. Here's the thing. People always want the sexy deals, right? I get people that call me all the time. Hey, I want a multifamily. I want seller finance. I want all of these things. And the reality, let's break this down. So I'm going to show you how to turn $40,000 into $1 million portfolio. And it's not hard, okay? So this property, the purchase price is just below $200,000. With putting 20% down, typically for investment properties, you need to put 20 to 25% down. Secondary homes is different. However, we're gonna stay focused. That would put you at just under $40,000, okay? The rental rates for this particular property in this area zip code neighborhood are right about $2,100, okay? So when you factor in your principal and interest, your property taxes, your homeowners association payment, as well as your insurance, you're looking at paying around $1,581. I'm looking at my notes because it's a lot of numbers, okay? So here's the exciting thing around equity specifically for this property, okay? This property is priced below market value. So you are walking in to over 6% in equity on day one. Annual equity increases anywhere from 3 to 5%. For this example, I don't want anybody to say I'm cheating. I'm gonna use 3%, okay? So if you use annual appreciation of 3% after 7 years, which is when you will have recouped your initial investment, okay? So we're just gonna use the 7 years. It's actually a little less, but I like being super conservative. So after 7 years, your appreciation and equity in the property will be $61,500. That's your appreciation. So that's the value you have in your home. Couple that with what you have earned from your rental income, which will be $39,060 after you have reduced some of your income for vacancies and collections. I use 7% to do that. So you're looking at over $100,000, which is a 250% return on your initial investment of $40,000, okay? Now follow me. So if you're following me, our rental income is $2,100. Our expenses are $1,581. That leaves profit of $519. That may not seem like a lot of money, right? However, if you take $500, you times it by 12, you're at $6,000 a year, okay? So follow me. $6,000 divided by our initial investment of $40,000 is a 15% return. For context, a really good investment, a solid investment, is giving you a 5% return, okay? So we're talking 3 times that just on your rental return. But there's another piece to the puzzle, equity. So now when you look at the complete picture, right? You look at your $40,000 investment to be able to get the property. You look at your combined returns from your rental income as well as the equity built in the property, and you refi. You've had a 250% return on your investment over 7 years. You refinance and pull out your initial investment, leave that extra money in the property unless you need it. Do that 4 times, and you've established $1 million portfolio using $40,000. And you may be saying, wait a minute, I've got to wait every 7 years to do this. So a few things. 7 years is not that long. For context, COVID was 5 years ago, almost 6 in a couple months, okay? So just for context, time flies. But also, as you start to do this, you will develop your relationships and you can get really, really creative with your acquisition strategies, with how you come up with the money. You may do hard money. Like, there's a whole wide world of options out there for you. But I tell everyone, before you do any of that, start. You don't need to start with these super complicated, complex deals that have these, untraditional strategies. You can start small and you build from there. So I hope this was helpful. Now, I can give no guarantees, but I have clients that pass on properties all of the time for one reason or another. Maybe it's not the location that they want to be invested in. Maybe it's not the return that they're looking for. There's a whole host of reasons. So if you're interested in this property, you can click this link and see all of the details. You can also book a call with me. I'm happy to talk through investment strategies. I'm happy to talk to listings that we have available. And I'm also happy to add you to our newsletter so you can get access to off-market properties as well.